Hey everyone, it's your girl Tara Michelle. Welcome back to my channel, Opinionated Scents, our safe space to discuss all things fragrance, whether we like them or not. Today I'm here to give you my full review of Alien Goddess. So this is the newest release from the House of Mugler, which has since been taken over by L'Oreal, and I know there's a huge uproar and some fear with regard to whether or not the Thierry Mugler style and creative passion is just going to be completely washed away. So we're going to talk about that. Again, Alien Goddess from the House of Mugler. So I've already sprayed this, guys. I didn't really want to do a first impressions on this one because I was truly afraid that I wasn't gonna like it. I saw a review from our girl Abby and talked to her a little bit in the comment section and didn't want to have an opinionated sense moment that I was gonna have to walk back. Like, this is such a huge release, Willow being the face, you know, I just wanted to give it a fair shot all the way through. So I wrote down, and of course I didn't need to write it down, I knew exactly what I thought, my first impressions, but I still decided to go ahead and write it down to let you guys know what I thought initially, and then I'll tell you what I've experienced in wearing this. So I'm gonna spray it on again. You don't need much, to be honest, especially not when you're testing. I really like that opening. So the opening to me smells like a lot of things that I've smelled before. Like, there's nothing unique about this fragrance at all. It is very basic to me. That is not necessarily a bad thing. When you love designer fragrances, you kind of sort of have to admit that you, on some level, like a little bit of basicness, because there aren't many times when designers are just blowing things out of the box. You know what I'm saying? Even when it's something you really, really like, you tend to like the simplisticness of it. How they came with notes that you really like, allowed them all to shine, and it's just pretty for the sake of being pretty. I'm not saying always. And if you're someone who is really chasing the next greatest thing that you've never experienced before, you tend to be more niche or indie versus designer. So there's nothing wrong with being run-of-the-mill, smell like 10 other things I've smelled before, except for when you're Mugler. Like, that is not why we go to Mugler. We're not looking for Mugler and their prices to be Vince Camuto, Roberto Cavalli, even the Elie Saab Resort line. This could have come from any of those. There's nothing exclusive about this. And I think Abby touched on this too in her video, and I have to agree. Willow Smith is anything but basic and normal by normal standards, and, you know, just blah. She's so creative, so adventurous, so fierce, that this doesn't make any sense to me. However, let's get back to the fragrance. I didn't even mean to go that in depth that soon off on y'all, but the top note is bergamot. The middle note is jasmine, and then in the base there is cashmere, but there's also bourbon vanilla. So those are the notes. All notes I love, all notes I'm used to, notes that appear in a lot of different fragrances. There's nothing wowing here based on the notes. So, pretty fragrance. When it first opened up, the first thing I thought was, this smells so familiar. And the first thing that popped into my mind was something I haven't smelled or thought about in 20 years. And you have to be at least 37 probably to know what I'm talking about with what I'm about to say. If you're younger than 37, you're gonna have to Google it probably, I'm sorry. In the 90s, boys used to use this stuff called Stay Flow or starch to starch their pants so much that they would stand up on their own. Like, you wouldn't even have to be in the pants and the pants would stand up. They're jeans. So it reminded me of starch, spray starch. I don't even know if they still make that stuff because nobody does that anymore. Well, not here in St. Louis anyway. But I was like, whoa, it's almost like the people who like the smell of Aquanet. I'm not one of those. But starch didn't smell bad. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like fabric softener, or like, the Downy sheets when people have that thing where they like those. I'm not knocking anybody. Like what you like. But it put me in the mindset of starch. Literally. So there's that. Then I had this almost like an epiphany. I was someplace, maybe Italy or France or just somewhere that is not St. Louis, Missouri, okay? And I was in a little boutique. And this little boutique was owned by this woman who made all of the jewelry in there, made all of the handbags in there, all of the clothes, and a couple of the perfumes. She just had some perfumes sitting out. They looked very vintage. They were $20 a piece. And she just told you, look, I never went to perfumery school. I just looked up a couple of things, put some stuff together, and these are my creations. I just wanted to be able to say in my lifetime that I made a perfume. So you're not expecting much. This woman isn't trained, but she put her heart and soul into it. You smell one of the perfumes and you're like, oh my goodness, this is so cute. It's so quaint. The smell is something that's not unique. I've smelled it 100 times before, but the experience of it is different. I'm in a different country and I'm purchasing something from someone that, isn't doing this for a living. So the moment is made special. That's almost the kind of vibe that I get. But then when you snatch that cute little dream and put it in reality and you go, oh, but this is a Mugler fragrance with $120 price tag. Or if you get the 3 ounce, $170 price tag. Now we got a problem. Now we got a whole problem. Because here's the thing for me. Thierry Mugler, when it was under Thierry Mugler and then it went to Mugler, whatever, they are definitely more miss for me than hit. I have tried so many alien flankers. The original alien, I would never spray on my body. Are you kidding me? It doesn't stink. And I like to go and smell it from the decant and even maybe spray it in the air once around Thanksgiving. Once. And I do mean once. Around Thanksgiving or Christmas in the air. I never want to smell like that perfume though. The way that they use jasmine is just nauseating to me. Eau Sublime is the same way. And the ones with the oud and all the ones in the gold and the bronze and then that one that's the taste of. If you have Alien Essence Absolute, there is no reason for you to have the taste of whatever it's called. They just do too much. There are too many alien flankers at this point. There are too many angel flankers at this point. But I'm going to stop talking about angel because now I got a little loving, liking, obsession going with these stars. I'm a hush. But if I'm keeping it real, it's time for them to do something else. Let's let sleeping dogs lie. If this is what we're doing, if Alien Goddess is where they're taking the alien line, I think you're just going to destroy the entire Thierry Mugler brand. You're going to destroy what he built. Because even though I didn't like most of it, I knew I was going to get something that could be considered luxury or niche or quality and creative. Whether I liked it or not, I had to give the creativity its points. I have to be honest and go, okay, that's peculiar. Look at Aura Sensual, just like who came up, you know what I'm saying? That type of thing. Even if you don't like those fragrances, you have to admit that somebody was being creative behind that, thoughtful, trying to step outside of the box. This Alien Goddess is the box. It is the box that you put every mundane, cute for the sake of being cute, pretty for the sake of being pretty thing in. And that has never been the Mugler name as far as I am concerned. Is this pretty? Yes. Does it smell good? Yes. Although it leans on the side of a perfumey perfume. And you guys know how I feel about that. I don't want to smell like I'm wearing chemicals. Like when you go, oh, she's wearing perfume. It smells nice, but it's perfume. Versus when you smell somebody, you go, oh, she smells like cupcakes. Or, oh, she smells like a fruit cocktail. Or, oh, she smells like a pina colada. That is the type of reaction I want. I want you reaching and grasping for something realistic that you've had before that evokes beautiful emotion in you when you smell me. Not, oh, it's cute, but I know she sprayed something artificial on her and that's how we came to this point. That's not my vibe. Never will be. Where this fragrance comes alive for me is in the dry down. About an hour into it, oh man, this is the best jasmine I've ever smelled from the line. Now that's the funny part. It's not the jasmine or the concentration of the jasmine that's in the original, because that is what I don't like. Just this overwhelming, like barbaric jasmine. No, this one is pretty. I really, really like this perfume in the dry down. I really do. However, not enough to spend $120 or $170. To me, again, this could be a $45, $50 perfume and it would be fantastic. The thing that takes away from this experience for me, because again, I am not saying this doesn't smell good. If you like Mugler though, from Mugler, you're gonna be disappointed. This isn't up to par with that. If you normally don't like Mugler, Alien specifically, like me, then you're probably gonna like this, like me. But even I know this isn't worthy to carry the Mugler name. It just isn't. Very pretty. It lasted about 7 hours on my skin. Now, I did hear some people say the lasting power wasn't the greatest. I sprayed just on one arm and I sprayed like 7 times. Like I went in and I wanted to, like I would normally do, because I am an oversprayer. So I didn't want to go light. It's a sample, I don't care. It lasted about 7 hours on my skin. Again, the dry down to me is the best part of this. That is when the magic happens. That's when the magic starts. That jasmine, that bourbon vanilla, and that cashmere are so pretty. Actually, this could have been one that Donna Karan did too. You want to talk about like the queen of cashmere and type of fragrances. Yeah, just not a Mugler fragrance. And the Stay Flow starch type of smell, it's gone after about 10 minutes. And that was a nostalgic trip, so I'm not even mad at that. But for my opinion, and that's why you guys came here, this is a pretty fragrance. It smells better in the dry down than at any other point, but it isn't worth the price tag. Unless you're just chasing the bottle and the Mugler name, I would say wait till you find this on sale. And I would also say, don't get your hopes up of finding something that's earth-shattering, mind-blowing to match the beautiful personality of a Willow Smith. It's the polar opposite. She shouldn't be the face of this. And to be honest, I don't think this perfume should carry the Mugler name. That's it, guys. That is my review for Alien Goddess, which I will be returning. I'm so grateful they sent me a sample so I did not have to open the bottle, because that would have been a bit of a letdown. Way too much money to just throw down the pipe. Please don't forget to like this video while you're here. If you have not already subscribed to my channel, please do so. And also remember to click that notification bell so that you never miss any of my future uploads. Let's talk in the comments. Have you tried this? Do you have a sample on the way? Did you purchase it? Do you like it, love it, hate it? Are you indifferent? I'd love to know. So let's talk about it in the comments. And until then,